So Jim White's at it again with his defence of mainstream media and what he classes as real journalists. I don't think there's many real sports journalists left in Scotland who work for a newspaper. I think those days are long gone. They are all pretty much headline grabbers. That's pretty much it. They don't really care what they write about, what's in their stories. That's why very few people listen to them anymore. And for Jim White, one of the biggest shock jocks out there, and that's how he's made his money. I think Jim White forgot what it was to be a journalist a long, long time ago. For him to have the audacity to sit in his ivory tower and have a go at Heart and Hand and Four Lads for asking the questions that every single one of us as supporters would ask in a way that it can be asked without shouting and screaming, but asking them the important questions that we need answered as supporters. For him to sit back and think that, oh no, that's terrible because that's just plebs doing that. It's up to the real journalists to ask questions. I think just solidifies the fact that Jim White's a dinosaur in this current climate, in this era, and he's well past anything that resembles a journalist. I mean, I'm sure at one point he said that Bill Leckie was one of Scotland's greatest journalists. Bill Leckie's one of Scotland's worst journalists, and it's not even a debate. Every single club in Scotland needs their own fan media. Every single club in Scotland needs supporters who have the ability to go in and ask the questions that need asked in a way that they can be answered, but they need to be asked. In the mainstream media in Scotland, every single time you watch a press conference, it's the same rubbish, pointless questions where they're just looking to grab a headline. That's it. They're not interested at all in the benefit of Scottish football. I can guarantee you, Heart and Hand are all they're interested in is the betterment of Rangers Football Club. That's why they've put over, I think it's just under 150,000 over the last 5 years back into the football club. That's why David's attended nearly 500 or over 500 press conferences. That's why he's got a bigger audience than every newspaper in Scotland, bar I think the Sun. And Jim White's got the audacity to sit there in his ivory tower and go, I mean, what do you think of these guys in beside real journalists? Jim, you wouldn't know a real journalist if it smacked you in the face, because all you care about is telling us, look who I've got in my phone book. Guess who I spoke to yesterday? Guess where I'm going to speak to this prince or that sheikh? That's all you care about, mate, is lying in your own pocket. And don't pretend it's not. You don't care about journalistic integrity. You know, I mean, what's the best question you've ever asked? Was it to Brian Laudrup? How are you so good? So don't start having a go at fan media who do a brilliant job for Rangers supporters and care about their football club when all you care about is sensationalism and headlines. That's all you care about. That's all you've ever cared about. You're not a real journalist and you never have been.